Welcome to the ongoing adventures of Rhogar and Finnan
And
and Meepo. And today we also have a guest from the Jewel of Galifar, Mr. Brandon. So,
Hello.
howdy, Mr. Brandon. Thanks for joining us today.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Well, you won't
Can
be
you tell me?
right now because that screen is down and you're just looking at roll 20.
Yeah.
You have a question, Brandon?
Yeah. Can you tell me their names again?
Introduce your characters, guys.
I'm Rhogar. I'm Finnan. And Meepo.
So,
Meepo.
yeah, Ethan is playing Rhogar, Jojo is playing Finnan, and Alex here is playing the NPC Kobold Meepo.
So, so JoJo's won the white shirt, right?
No, that's Ethan.
That's Ethan, and you're JoJo in the black shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so when last we adventured, of course, Rhogar Finnan had gone down into the Sunless Citadel, a castle buried in a fissure by some sort of ancient disaster. While adventuring in the dungeon, they came across the kobold Meepo, who has sort of served as their guide in the dungeon. They came across information that the kobolds had a juvenile white dragon in their captivity, but the goblins who came into this area and have their own camp set up just a few days ago came in and raided the kobold camp and stole the young dragon. The adventurers are now on their way into the goblins' warren to try and recover Calcrix, the white dragon. In our very last session, they had fought with a handful of goblins, chasing one of them back through the halls. And in the very last moments of our session, while walking through a dimly lit hallway, Meepo ran out in front, swung open a door, jumped inside, and found it to be a large area filled with goblins.
And he knew it. He knew that there was goblins because we heard some goblins.
Yep, you guys heard the goblins first, and he rushed in anyway.
Yeah, we said, no, don't do it.
What might have once been a cathedral is now a goblin lair, thick with the filth of years of goblin life. Scores of wall and floor-mounted sconces filled with violet glowing fungi provide illumination. Dozens of goblins go about their daily business, which involves a lot of rudeness and violence. Along the southern wall is a heaping pile of assorted items, including wagon wheels, broken armor, and rusted arms, chests, small statues, antique furniture, and artwork.
What does rusted arm mean?
Like rusted swords and hammers and things like that. Weapons.
Oh.
Rusted weapons. As Meepo peers about the room, he can see, at least what he can see, is at least 15 to 20 goblins. And 3 of them that are nearby look like they're warriors.
Oh, gosh. Wait, so are those the green ones?
You guys are not yet in the room, so you don't know. Okay, so right off the bat, we'll say it is now Meepo's turn. Meepo, what would you like to do? You walked into a room and you see that there are somewhere between 15 to 20 goblins that you can see. It's not on the map, but there's also like little tents and things like that all over the place.
I don't want to attack the goblins because they will attack me. They're already gonna attack you. So
that's true. If you attack the goblins, they might attack you. So what does Meepo want to do?
Just stay calm. I don't know.
So you walked into the room and then you saw all these goblins go like, "Huh?" And they all like stare over at you and notice that you're in the room.
I didn't know.
What are you gonna do?
Move.
Okay, let me click on your guy. There you go. Now you can move him.
Don't move until goblin
Do you want to move him into the room, or where do you want to move him to? You're going to move him to the trash pile?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a goblin between you and the trash pile. What do you want to do about that?
I don't know.
Do you want to try and run by him? Do you want to push him down? Do you want to attack him? Do you just want to run around him?
I don't want it.
You need to make a decision. What do you want Meepo to do? It's a room full of goblins that you just walked into. The door in back of you is still open, and you can see a couple of other doors in the room.
Oh, move it in.
Move to where? Okay, so Meepo backs up, but he's so frightened that he doesn't think clearly, and he kind of huddles back against the wall while there's two goblin warriors nearby.
I don't see them. Yeah, we don't. We should go on. Oh, goodness. Those goblins like attacking though. The soldier? No. That's the ones that we fought with. The soldier one's nice. How much goblins are there? Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so now it's Rhogar's turn.
Where's my names? Okay, let's see. Maybe I should use a spell.
You probably will need to speak louder because I can barely hear you, and I'm sitting across the table from you.
Okay.
So all that Rhogar has seen so far is that Meepo opened a door to a large room and ran inside. From where you're standing, you can see at least one goblin warrior, and there's a whole series of like tents and little like pallets on the ground.
I can't see that. So I think I'll move right near the doorway, but can I do it in like a stealthily?
I'll need you to speak louder.
Can I do it in like a stealthily manner, not just like running?
You can roll, yes.
Hi, Baba. Brandon. Okay, let's roll. Stealth. Publical.
Yep.
Normal roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. 18.
Oh.
And now move yourself up by the door.
It sounds like Mom's here.
I don't think she is.
Sounds like. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so Rhogar, you sneak up by the door, you peer inside and look around, and you see a lot of goblins in there. And you hear Meepo kind of whimpering just on the other side of the wall from you.
Be careful, guys.
Yeah, I don't want to go in there though. We'll just get trapped. No.
Okay.
You could talk to them.
Go in there. They're just gonna kill us.
Sorry, give me a minute.
Stop it. Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't want to go in there. You can't look on my screen. It's like looking through my eyes.
Okay. So, Rhogar, is that all that you wanted to do? You're sort of sneaking and you run up and you look into the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna plan. I don't want to go there.
Okay.
You need to help them.
So, the goblin that is closest to Meepo, he pulls out his short sword and he walks towards Meepo, and he's menacing with the sword, and he's snarling at Meepo, and is like, "You little kobold, what are you doing here? Why are you in our home? Surrender or die."
Surrender. Yeah.
Okay, so you surrender. You throw down your weapons.
If you
You're
attack
gonna what?
him,
You have
all
to use
of
words.
them
I don't know what pointing
I'm
means.
gonna smack him. Oh, that is
Okay,
so not a good idea.
So you're not going to get rid of your weapons. You want to fight him.
That is so not a good idea.
Okay, well you'll have to wait. It's now Finnan's turn.
Come on, attack him.
And Brandon, your character is. Did you give him a token or any of that stuff, or no?
No, not yet. I don't. I guess I could look up a quick token now.
I could just assign one over.
Yeah.
Why?
Doesn't be nothing fancy. Just a guy with a sword.
You should really surrender. What? You should really surrender.
Oh, this is. Oh, I forgot that since this isn't my normal campaign, I don't have all my tokens.
Alright. Well, you can just give me a guy with a sword.
Just surrender. No. Don't surrender. Nobody surrendered.
And you're just like a human?
Yeah, human. Sword and shield.
I'm not sure if in just a normal searching set I'll be too great at finding that.
I have no temporary.
Oh, what's that? That won't work.
Do it in and big my new mom was home. You're a big soul man, Jojo. You're a big soul man. What? You're a big soul man. What? You're a big soul man. And that's a big dragon. You're a big soul man. What's Pixel Land?
I don't know. I think he's just looking on my screen and he sees the token.
There's a bunch of words. Oh. That's how we Pixel Land. Oh.
Okay, so Brandon, right now you're just sort of being watched by Goblin Commoner. Not a warrior, but there's not too much your guys been able to do. He was on a mission to deliver a letter to a nearby town, and while he was walking along a trail, he saw that a smaller trail led off over to a ravine. And when he got there, he saw that there was a ladder leading down, and he took the ladder, and there was a small like campground there. So he stayed there for a little while, and in the middle of the night was attacked by some giant rats. So he fled from the rats, but couldn't make it to the ladder. So he ran down a series of stone steps.
That's what
And
we want
afterwards,
now.
he fell into a pit that he didn't realize was there. It was a trap on the ground.
All right.
And after he fell in the pit, a few hours later, a group of goblins came and forced him to give up his weapons. And they've bound your hands and your feet, and you've got a gag in your mouth. But they're all...
Yeah. Like an apple.
Yeah, just something in his mouth. It's like a rope or a sheet tied.
Or a stinky sock.
To make it so he can't really talk.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know how they put the apple in the pig?
Yeah, a stinky sock. It's a stinky sock.
Ew.
So you're just sort of sitting on the ground. They haven't really been mistreating you per se, but the so-called food they've been trying to get you to eat has really just mainly nauseated you. Though they did give you some slightly rancid beef jerky that was okay.
Had they talk about what they were trying to do with me?
They're all talking in Goblin right now and have been since you were captured. What you know of this area is that where you're currently being held, this is where the goblins live. Like, this is their main warren. So it's full of just like a lot of normal goblins. But you know that the room next to you is like the warrior's room for the goblins.
Which is that?
Your character has no knowledge of it, so don't worry about it yet. But you know that you last saw 3 goblins head into that room, and they all are warriors.
Do goblins normally attack the town?
These goblins do not. You don't really know like a ton about the goblins, but you haven't heard any rumors or stories in your journeys that goblins have been attacking any nearby settlements.
Right. So I don't know. So I don't really know if these guys are hostile or not. Just that they got me out of the trap and are trapping me for some unknown reason.
Yeah, they very rarely speak in common, but when they do, they mainly talk about these apples that they want to sell.
Oh, I know. Remember the apples? It's like
your character has no knowledge of any of this.
I thought we went on.
No. What I'm talking about right now, you have to pretend that you're not even hearing it, because this doesn't have to do with your characters.
All right.
And so you were kind of asleep, but there was some recent commotion, and you hear what you now can recognize to be like the voice of a kobold, and you hear some shouting and yelling and just a lot of commotion from the goblins nearby.
Well, while they're distracted, I would attempt to find like a broken sort of glass or some more sharp object nearby me to try to cut my bindings.
So go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Can I make perception?
That's fine.
Oh, they added a new thing. When you click a skill roll, you can choose advantage or not. That's neat.
Ooh, 22.
Yep. You actually, in the piles of this stuff, there is an old rusted short sword that's buried underneath a pile of like broken boards from a wagon.
Yeah.
And what do you want to do with that short sword?
Cut my bindings while the goblins are distracted.
Okay. Yep. The goblin that's near to you, he's facing away from you and towards the direction of the noise. So he's basically looking that way.
Okay. So I roll initiative now, or?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and give you some initiative.
All right, initiative.
Papa, we don't feed all these goblins. I can put crown of madness on one, and then they'll just attack all of each other. And then I will use my hands.
Okay. So you have successfully freed your bonds, and you also used the short sword to cut the bonds off of your feet, and you've removed the stinky sock gag from your mouth. Those are your actions. And Finnan, you came up to the door. Is there anything else that you want to do? You're standing next to Rhogar.
Can I do the crown of madness on that guy?
Crown of Madness. Let's take a look at your character sheet. Make sure you haven't cast too many spells.
So what if you put Crown of Madness on me? I can't. Can you?
Yeah, you have one casting of Crown of Madness left.
I'm gonna cast it on this guy. No, do it on me. No.
Okay, so to let you know, you can definitely tell that this one, and this one, and this one, and this one are warriors.
Oh, so this one's a warrior?
You can tell by looking at the tokens which ones are warriors and which ones are not. So the ones with all the green, those ones are commoners. They are not warriors.
Oh, so can I put one on this? This one? Wait, no, this one. Because then he'll go up to him and attack him. Boom.
Okay, so go into your character sheet and your spell list, and then click on Crown of Madness.
But Papa, how do I do that? How do you do the boom?
I don't know what you mean.
You gotta hold the button down, Finnan.
You mean that thing?
Yeah.
You just click and hold.
Oh. Oh. Now I have no more castings left. I have to rest.
Well, you can use your 0 level spells as many times as you want.
Did I do it on the guy, Papa?
And I think it's not tracking correctly because I'm pretty sure that you only used Hideous Laughter, but you used it twice. So and Burning Hands. Yeah, so yeah, you're out of first level spells, but the 0 level spells you can use as many times as you want.
Now with Mage Hand, can I make a goblin with a knife out of it and give it like Meepo or something? Papa, tonight's
Mage Hand will allow you to grab items that somebody is not actively using.
Okay, so like say food.
Lots of food.
Chicken and potato wedges.
Papa, can I spit out my gum?
Yes, you can go spit out your gum.
Lots of chicken. What's the potato wedges right here?
Okay, so Finnan, is there anything that you want to do? You just walked up to the door next to Rhogar. Jojo,
what?
You are Finnan.
Okay.
Finnan just walked up to the door next to Rhogar. Do you want to cast that Crown of Madness?
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was my fault. Okay, so Crown of Madness does allow for a Wisdom saving throw. And that is a definite fail.
What was it? What was my thing?
No, he failed. You succeeded.
Oh, he got
Sorry.
one wisdom.
So for Crown of Madness, we'll use that one. Okay, now Crown of Madness does require concentration. You are allowed to cast other spells as long as they're not concentration spells.
Papa, why do you have so much computers?
Because it's necessary in order for everyone to be able to play.
Even so you did work.
Okay, so you see a twisted crown of iron appear around this one's head, and his eyes they sort of glow a little bit, and you can see immediately that your spell has succeeded. It happens to be that goblin's turn, so Jojo, who do you want him to attack? Yeah, we're gonna run into some obvious problems here with you guys eating chicken and potato wedges around computer equipment.
I mean,
So give me a second. I'm gonna go get some wipes because I don't want you guys touching the computers with greasy hands like JoJo just did.
I'm eating a big fat. Look, JoJo. Huh? That's way.
How have you guys been?
What?
How have you guys been?
Oh, good.
Yeah. Having fun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't rub your hands on my couch, please. Your greasy hands need to stay off of absolutely everything except something to get them clean and your food. Okay, so before you guys touch anything, I want you to wipe your hands off and then touch stuff, okay? Because that looks like super good food, but greasy food and electronics don't mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost forgot my character was draconic, which means I have like a daily acid spit that I can use.
Yes. So, which goblin is this goblin going to attack, Finnan?
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
So then it can get a fight. You want that to stop for me or something? You want to start a fight? Yeah, I think they. I need another table wedge.
Oh, they're AC. Wow. All right, so he walks up to the other goblin and slices him across his back.
Oh.
The goblin screeches out, "What are you doing?" And he turns around. When he does so, you can see that the slash didn't injure him, but it cut across his leather armor.
Oh. Okay, so his armor is weak.
No, his armor's not really weak there. It's just that's where he got cut.
Get at his face.
He immediately turns around and slashes at that other goblin with his own scimitar.
Oh!
Oh.
He's dead.
And he plunges his scimitar into that goblin's chest, the one that has Crown of Madness on him.
But he just died.
And you see him grab the scimitar and lay back down on the ground, and he dies.
God, you're playing so miserable. Papa, why do you put X's on them?
To show that they're dead.
Wow.
And that was that goblin's turn.
Just easy.
This goblin will fire.
Papa, you have more wipes?
There's a whole package of them right over here. Are you like taking a bath in them?
It'd be the newest trend. Now, the bath challenge. There's the phone bath challenge.
All right, so this goblin down here, to the south by the trash pile, he kneels down with his bow and arrow. He fires an arrow and it hits Meepo directly in his chest. Meepo falls to the ground unconscious.
I'm almost to get that goblin boy.
Okay, so that's that goblin. The other goblin that is standing up here, which you may or may not be able to see.
Which goblin? You were white,
Oh,
so
yeah, I
you're
see.
dead.
Um,
You were white. Oh.
he's like, hey, what's going on here? What is this stuff? Why did he attack you? And why did you kill him?
Oh my gosh.
And hey, Yob Yob, why did you hit that kobold with an arrow? You've killed him. What are we gonna do now?
Oh no, is he actually dead? Oh, he's conscious. Me? So,
It's Rhogar's turn. What do you want to do? Apparently the goblins haven't noticed you guys yet.
okay, so what I want to do is I kind of want to use my mage hand, and can I control the goblins?
No, not with Mage Hand.
You know, I don't know. You remember?
What you could do is you could use Mage Hand to like throw a rock to make them distracted.
Oh, okay.
If you want to sneak in.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I just put in what Mage Hand does. A spectral floating hand appears at a point you choose within range. The hand lasts for the duration or until you dismiss it as an action. The hand vanishes if it is ever more than 30 feet away from you or you cast this spell again. You can use your action to control the hand. You can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents out of a vial. You can move the hand up to 30 feet each time you use it. The hand cannot attack, activate magic items, or carry more than 10 pounds.
So is
But you also have to remember that as a rogue, you chose the arcane trickster.
yeah.
And as part of that, you get some special other items. What are you doing? It's right here on the main page of your character sheet. It says Archetype Arcane Trickster.
Yeah, I believe you can.
You can perform one of the tasks below using your mage hand. If you want to perform the task without being noticed by a creature, you will need to succeed on a dexterity sleight of hand check. You can stow one object the hand is holding in a container worn or carried by another creature. You can retrieve an object in a container worn or carried by another creature. You can use thieves' tools to pick locks and disarm traps at a range.
Ooh, so that. Oh, Papa, can I get a cup of water?
Yes.
Okay. I'm full.
Okay, then stop eating
So is this door right here unlocked?
and pick up the mess that you've made. How would you have any way of knowing that from across the room? Nope.
Okay, well then I think I'm gonna try to distract them.
How?
Well, you could use Mage to throw a rock.
Yeah. Can I use like mage hand to like throw something from the trash pile? It feels like when you wash
Yes.
your hands when you get smelled. So, do I press? Okay.
Yes, please do.
Public roll. What is that? Papa?
It's a hand.
Oh my. Oh, is that like what? Jojo, there's a big huge hand right there.
Yep. Okay. So, Rhogar, you should have control over that hand.
Do this. Okay. Oh, it's big. Now, where's the trash pile?
You can see the trash pile, can you not?
No.
Then you need to move your character because line of sight is enforced on the map.
I see the trash guy. I'm almost dead. So, can I move right there?
Let's remove this. Dynamic lighting. Yeah, that door's open. So if you can't see through the door, that's because it's where your character is standing.
Yeah, you're just right in.
Yes. So in that regard, then the answer is no. You can't grab something from the trash pile because you can't see the trash pile.
So if I move there?
If you move where?
Right here.
I'm not seeing anything.
It's a couch.
Does that enable you to see?
Yeah.
Then the answer would be yes.
Okay. But I can only now see the trash pile.
Yes,
So,
there's a
yeah.
trash pile.
I'll throw all. Do, and then throw.
Okay. Do you want to throw the stone into a specific area?
Maybe like right near where.
Just click on the map where you want it to go.
Right there.
Oh, so okay.
Um,
So your magic hand floats across the room. It has to be in this square. 35 feet's too far.
Okay.
It would disappear.
Luckily, I can see that square.
Okay. So you make your mage hand appear 30 feet away from you. You pick up like a stone or piece of debris from the pile, and you throw it so it lands over here. Immediately, the goblins all turn to look in the direction of where the stone landed. So they're all basically facing towards this square now.
Oh.
Meepo, we have to bring up your character sheet. This is going to be a little bit difficult. Actually, we don't, because it's going to be a death saving throw.
Oh my goodness. So if Meepo doesn't complete this, he'll die?
No, he has to not complete a couple of them. So that's one failed save. So Meepo's going towards death now.
Oh no.
All right, Brandon, it's your character's go. Your hands are untied, your feet unbound. You have a rusty short sword.
So I'm guessing the Rhogar Finnan, just Meepo.
So what now?
So I only see Meepo, right?
Yeah, that's all you've seen is a kobold came into this room and was promptly attacked.
All right.
I don't want to die.
What I do is
Might.
I grab the sword and take this goblin hostage.
Oh. I didn't hear one. It says, I thought I would die. You don't have to know. And I just broke this guy.
So what do you want me to roll there?
There we go.
I don't think they would notice me anyway.
Okay, so I was just adding the short sword to your character sheet. Let's go ahead and let's initiate some grapple. And I'll give you advantage because the goblin is not yet aware that you have escaped your bounds.
Papa, when is it my turn?
All right. So this is a athletics roll on my part, right?
This is what?
Athletics, right?
If that's your choice, yes.
All right.
Okay, I'll go.
22.
This is mine. Well, this is yours. I'm gonna go get an orange. Next is mine. No, it's 3 times. Yeah, I'm gonna go get an orange.
Okay, let's see. So this is contested by athletics or acrobatics.
1.
All right, so you walk up behind this goblin, you pin one of his arms behind his back, you put your rusty short sword to his throat, and the goblin immediately like faints in your arms. So,
And I yell,
yep, you've got him.
I yell to the other goblins, don't move or I'll kill him.
You see the goblins that are nearest to you, which are like all of the commoners and this one warrior goblin. They all of those ones like just turn on their heels to face you, and you hear an audible gasp from them all.
Now I want my stuff back and I want to know why you captured me.
He's got forbip. He's got forbip.
Papa, when is my
I pull the sword closer to the throat and I said, I want my stuff back and I want to know why you captured me. I won't ask again.
You came here. You came into our home. You bad person. This is our home. You come here, we capture you. You fall in pit. Big dum-dum.
The pit. You're the one that built the pit and I fell in it. I had an important message to go get.
You fall in pit. You goblin capture. We gonna sew you back to the town. Make profit.
Well, now I got Goblin captured. So how about a trade? My life for his life.
That's forbip. Forbip not very valuable to us.
Oh.
Forbip turkey.
Oh my goodness.
They're more us swords than you swords. You got rusty sword. We got rusty swords too, but we got more rusty swords.
Well, you know, I'm a very tough fighter.
Me wonder if you meet tough too. You chewy, you tough. Don't know. We find out though, you know throw a sword down.
If you don't let me go, I'm going to kill Silbert here.
Go ahead, give me some intimidation check or something along those lines.
Papa didn't make it.
All right.
I will.
All right. Advantage or no?
No advantage on this one.
All right. I have a -1 in intimidation because I have poor charisma.
Oh.
18. Not bad.
All right. The goblins are sort of like looking at each other and they're talking about what they should do. And you hear one of them like,
Maybe we should give him his stuff. Forbip only one know how make toilet juice.
Oh, that's disgusting.
all right, it's Finnan's turn now.
Well, while everyone's distracted, you could drag Meepo out in the door and try to heal him.
Do we have a healing potion that I could give to Meepo?
You guys should have healing potions.
Yeah, but I'll go out there, give him one, then one back. Can I give him one, then get back inside?
Well, the way that it works is you can try and do anything, but then we have to figure out if you're successful at it or not.
How it works. I can try.
Yep. You got to roll stealth, but you're a rogue, so.
Wings. If you get a 22 gold wings. Did you give me a healing potion, Jojo? I don't know what to roll yet. Wait, Jojo. Oh my goodness. Jojo. I'm gonna try to grow a mustache. Where's the dice? Where's the dice? I don't know. I need to try to roll to grow a mustache. There's life there.
Sounds like a constitution throw.
You're never gonna win. You lost the mustache. 14.
Okay, so Finnan, you're gonna go around the door, and
Give him it and then run back inside.
so you're just gonna like pour the potion in his mouth and then run
Yeah.
back.
And then run back.
Okay, so the potion of healing will heal. Should be like 2d4, I think. Yeah, 2d4 plus
Yeah.
2.
You twit!
I have feeling potions are D4s in this game.
And so let's see if it's as simple as this.
Because at least cure wounds is D8s, but actual healing potions are like D4s. So I'm not sure. How have you been, Noah?
It's 2d4 plus 2. Okay, so
Oh, can I go to the bathroom real quick? I really
yeah,
want
go ahead. Go.
So how have you been, Noah?
Oh, having fun. How about yourself?
Good. This is fun too.
Mama.
Um,
Fun. Yes,
You got- the turns are a bit long, but you know, what are you going to do, you know?
What was what now?
I said, this is fun too. The turns are a bit long, but you know, what are you going to do, you know?
The turns are a bit long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a turn-based game, and a lot of the turn-based games take forever.
Yeah, I chose Battle Master, and I chose a couple maneuvers that should, you know, help bolster, you know, the other two.
Sounds awesome.
Like Rally, Commander Strike, I can have them do an extra turn or action and whatnot. Yeah, I got a couple for myself. I also chose Blacksmith, so, you know, might be useful, might not.
And I healed yet.
Okay, so hit enter or return or whatever it is on your keyboard.
What? Enter. Return.
Just hit that button right there. 7 hit points.
Now I run back inside. Run.
Okay, so you pour the healing potion in Meepo's mouth, then you turn around and you sprint back through the door. The 2 goblins that were nearest you notice you run in, but they're so surprised by it that they don't take any immediate actions. You have dosed Meepo with a potion of healing, and you see that he begins to stir to wake up.
Papa,
I see this, right?
is it my turn now?
You do. You see all of that take place.
And I tell them, I yell back to them, looks like I have some friends here.
The same that I got hurt. No, you have like 2 health.
So
Yeah,
I got some friends here.
you saw a cloaked figure run in that looked like a halfling, way over on the other side of the room.
I tell the guys there, looks like I got some reinforcements here. My offer still stands.
You dirty human. You surrender.
Alex spilled all of his chicken on the electric shock.
Okay, hold on a second. Well, we got to pick it up because it's a bigger concern for the dogs.
Oh, no. Winston, don't die.
He's not gonna die that fast. Calm down, guys. Chicken isn't like poison to a dog. It's the bones are dangerous.
No, it's chocolate you should have to worry about.
Because the bits will get all stuck up in the throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not chocolate.
Yeah.
Poison. Why is chocolate bad for dogs though?
Because they can't, their
They
body
just-
can't process it. It's poison to them.
Just like how bread is actually poisonous to ducks.
Not just like, somewhat similar to, I guess.
Yeah, that's why can't digest bread. So it can clog up their intestines. And then they die and then you don't eat.
Okay, there we go.
Savage.
Okay, so the goblins are reacting, and you can see that the commoners are beginning to try and find places to hide. Okay, so that's that one. Hey, Ethan, could you close that door, please? Okay, so you hear the goblin that is up here. He still has his short sword drawn. He sees Meepo begin to stir, and he walks over and tries to grab Meepo.
Oh no, let's see what Don't succeed. Don't succeed. I wanted to do that with
He's gonna succeed. He's gonna grab you and stab you.
So
Goblin,
you're gonna die.
But then all of the other goblins will just run after you and kill you.
Oh, 14.
Oh, that definitely hit you, Alex. That's so.
When is it my turn?
I think my turn's next.
You guys always say you do it.
4 more times. It's like.
Did I try to threaten him? Threaten him again to not pick up Meepo? I can see where this is going. Never mind, Meepo's too good.
Yep, so Meepo, you see that this goblin... Oop, let me cancel here. This goblin comes closer to you and he tries to grab you while you're waking up, but you are able to slip out of his hands.
Yep.
So he's not able to grab you.
Next, he's gonna try.
This goblin down here, Glob Glob, is like, "Oh, hey, what's going on? You guys, hide, take safety. We'll defend you. We are the mighty goblin warriors."
No, I should sue you.
Don't
And
tell me.
you
I
see
tell
him
Glob Glob.
walking around,
Oh.
Brandon, like nearer to you, and he has his bow drawn with an arrow nocked.
Yeah, I hold the lid up to my chest, you know, more like I have to feel, and then I said, yeah, I say to him, "Don't make me do this, Glob Glob. I will do this. I have no beef with you goblins. I just want my stuff and to leave, all right?"
I wonder if I can literally go rings in this game. No. Go rings.
Throw wings.
No. I probably
Does a 17 hit me or the goblin?
get 20. Remember that one time when I got advantage and I got 20 on both rolls? Yeah, and then you got your magical sword flying through the sky.
Okay, so Glob Glob, he's walking around the trash pile with his bow drawn. He's like, I will rescue you, Forbib. Don't worry. He fires his arrow. It goes arcing through the air and strikes Forbib right in the neck.
Oh, that backfired.
Yeah, the arrow kind of goes through clean, and there is a spurt of goblin blood, and the Forbib, who was already unconscious, goes completely slack in Brandon's character's arms.
Oh my God.
I left the fourth.
That backfires. That's what
And you hear Glob Glob all, uh-oh.
Papa, is this
I draw
one
4 bids.
boss battle?
It is not a boss battle, no.
Boss battle.
Yeah, it actually is. There's just a bunch of
Prosper.
We need to start killing some goblins so that our turn can be quicker.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Probably isn't my
So well, you have to wait. The goblin that was standing here, he slashes out at Meepo with his short sword and cuts Meepo down once again. Meepo collapses to the ground, bleeding profusely.
And we don't have any more healing
Yes, you
potions.
do. I added healing potions to your character sheets.
Yeah, I think we have an infinite amount of
No,
healing
you don't have an infinite amount of healing potions. You have a specific number of healing potions that I added to your character sheets.
So when I die, I go this
Sorry,
back.
Meepo.
Well, if Meepo dies, then Meepo's dead. This is why you have to be careful with your characters. And Meepo is not a strong guy. He's a weak guy. And you had him run into a room full of enemies.
Yes, that's one rule in D&D. Don't pull.
Okay, it's Rhogar's turn.
Okay, well,
It should
Okay.
be my turn, so I can attack goblins.
Well, Meepo's down on the ground, unconscious again. He got hit and hurt. He's getting hurt very badly.
I'm good.
now can I move through people so I can get?
You can walk through your allies. If you try to walk by an enemy that can attack you, then they'll get to attack you for free.
Okay, so I'm gonna
You can move here and attack the goblin.
move here.
Yeah, so now you can move anywhere, but if you move next to a square that has an enemy, and you move out of a square that the enemy can attack, you get attacked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can move up to this square and attack him in melee, but
Glob is facing away from
but
me.
if you
Yes, Glob Glob is facing away from you.
Okay, I'm gonna take Glob hostage too. Why don't you give Meepo a healing potion? Meepo's dead.
No, he's not dead yet. So maybe I should change that X.
yeah, I mean I got munitions.
I'm gonna because if I take Glob hostage, you can run in there, give Meepo a healing potion while all the other goblins are distracted. So
We could do is drag Meepo into the other room. So he doesn't
There's
get
a bunch of guys underneath you. Yeah, those are regular citizens. Oh, so they
Okay,
can't really
make
do
a
it.
strength, or if you have it, athletics check.
Okay.
Strength
check. Submit. Do I have advantage since he's facing away?
Yeah, I will give you advantage.
Advantage. Oh, 20.
Oh, and
Which
that's-
means I got a natural 20 plus 2. Oh.
Oh, that was a super high roll from the goblin, but you run up behind him and you wrap your arms around Glob Glob and grab him, and you hear him immediately. Well, he drops his bow and arrow because he can't hold them while you're grabbing him, and you hear him immediately like, "Hey, what's going on? What? Oh, what? Oh, no!" It's Meepo's turn, but Meepo is unconscious.
So you have to roll.
So
Alexander
Alex,
W
hit this
is
button.
typing.
This.
Oh,
Oh.
that's one fail.
Oh no. If I give
Okay, it's Brandon's turn.
All right. All right.
Stop, Alex.
All right.
Is this?
Taking my sports sword. I run up here
No.
and tap Lub Glub.
I took him hostage. You know he's one.
Yeah, now Glob Glob is being held by Rhogar.
Violet.
So if you decide to attack him, I'll give you advantage on the attack.
If you don't want me to attack him, you gotta tell my character not to attack him.
don't attack him. He's being held hostage, but I don't want to yell that. I want to whisper it and kind of like signal him, don't attack him, because I don't want all the other goblins to know, because I want them to be intimidated by him. So I sort of signal to him, don't attack him.
All right. Then I'll guess I was down here 20,
Alex,
10.
it's like an air horn, stop.
All right. Did I see a shield nearby? Or no?
Go ahead and give me like another like perception check or something similar to that. Nope.
Oh,
Okay, in that case, I use my action to make a double move and run up to here.
Well, hold on a second. Let me kind of take that back for a second because I'm just checking. Actually, the dead goblin here did have a shield on him, so you are able to see that shield.
All right. I take that shield, put it on.
Papa, when it's my turn, can I attack?
no,
But when it's my,
no. But when it's on your turn, it will be the goblin's turn that
So how do I,
will attack.
where do I put shield and armor to where it'll count? Oh, there you go. Ah, that's a heavy shield.
It just is listed as shield.
Yeah. And this would raise my, yep, it's up to 14 now.
Okay. So you run over, you dip down, you grab a shield, and was that it for your movement for the round?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about as far as. Okay. Now we've got Goblin here next to Meepo. Yeah.
can I stop worrying?
Not yet.
Oh no. Jodo, this is your perfect chance to sneak attack it. Yeah, but it's not my turn, it's the goblin's turn. I can't come up in.
Oh, and your armor class is a 13.
Oh, I can't go in there and give him a healing potion because.
All right, so Finnan, you see one of the goblins that was next to Meepo comes around the door with his short sword, and as soon as he sees you, he slashes you and cuts you fairly badly. You take 6 points of damage.
I'm gonna have to
How is
attack.
it? He's level 5. How is his AC only 13?
Meepo might not live because I have to get him unless if
I know what idea.
His
I mean,
armor
with
is a 13 because he's not wearing armor.
he wearing armor, little man. Up
Yeah.
into your leather.
He's only getting his dexterity bonus at the moment.
Time to
Yeah.
intimidate these people.
How come he's not wearing leather armor, man?
We don't have money to afford armor.
Actually, you know, I'm gonna add some leather armor to him right now.
Yeah, like leather armor is like starting equipment.
Papa, have you completed Dungeons and Dragons?
You don't. Yeah, you don't complete Dungeons and Dragons.
It's
A game that
Yeah.
forever and ever and ever.
Okay, but that still only takes his
Sorry, you
armor
don't
class to
want to
14, and that's
Hey,
successful anyway.
yeah, I mean, 14 better than 13, man, you know?
Glob glob.
Fidget spinner throw it against the wall. I break them all.
Nope. Okay, Rhogar, go ahead and give me a strength check.
Do I have advantage?
No.
Public roll.
Yeah, fine.
Strength. Why would I need strength? Saving throw.
Because you're grappling this guy and he's trying to get free.
Oh gosh.
Yep. All right, so Glob Glob is able to successfully wiggle out of your arms, in which he turns and faces you and draws a scimitar. He's not able to attack,
Do I
though.
have a reaction?
He is not able to attack.
Yeah, you may want to catch mage armor there.
Now it's Finnan's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the goblin right here.
Okay.
And
You don't have to walk through the wall. You can attack him from where you were, right there. You're attacking through the doorway.
Papa,
Yes.
I need the number 2.
Okay, go use the bathroom.
Okay. Papa, tell me if I get
Okay.
What's a scimitar? Or do I roll the 1 to get
It's a sword.
Please don't ruin things.
It's a sword of some curve.
Papa, can I do a scimitar at him?
Yes, you can.
Oh, 21. I definitely hit him.
Yes, you do. Okay, now you see where it says the word scimitar real small under the 21 and 20?
Well,
It's right under where you just rolled. The 21/20. It says scimitar. Click on the word. There you go.
Oh, that's actually a lot of damage.
All right, so you slash down with your own scimitar, and it cuts across this goblin's chest, and he screams out, "Ow! Ow! 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 Wow! That's gonna leave a mark." This other goblin, seeing that things are starting to turn, he begins to back away towards where these commoners are at. The commoners, the 3 goblins, are up by the door, and they're all trying to open the door, which opens in. But because all 3 of them are fighting, they're not able to open the door. Like as soon as one starts to open the door, another one pushes to get by him, and it closes the door again, and they're all there fighting. And this goblin, as he's approaching, is like, "You idiots, get out of the way! We gotta run!" And he begins like pushing the commoners around to try and get them away from the door. Rhogar, your turn.
Okay, okay. I want to do my short bow and strike the guy that just ran at the commoners.
You do have a goblin that's directly next to you that just came out of your arms as you were grappling him.
Okay, then maybe I should try that. Let's do my short sword +1.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not the one that I want. Short sword.
Oh, you have a sword +1?
Yeah, it's magic. Normal. Do I have advantage?
Oh, all right. Click short sword. That definitely hits.
Oh, 24. +1, so 25. 9.
All right. So you draw your magic sword, which vibrates with energy in your hand. Your sword, just like a hot knife in butter, cuts right through this guy's armor, and you kill him.
Oh my God. So he, like in SpongeBob. Now can I yell, "This is what will happen to you if you don't let my friends go"?
Yeah, the goblins that are nearby in the trash pile, you see them like, they scurry even deeper into the trash pile in an attempt to hide. This other goblin here, who had been slashed quite badly by Finnan, he throws his short sword, or rather his scimitar, onto the ground. And he goes down to his knees and he puts his hands together and he's like, "Please, please don't kill me."
We don't kill like
I heard
about the guy right next to me, right here.
Yeah, Thank you, brave adventurer. My name is Hardom, a sellsword of a nearby town. Could help me? I'm noticing a couple there. Is that your friend? He points to Meepo.
Can you guys hear Brandon?
No, it's kind of glitchy. Yeah.
Okay, say it again, Brandon.
I said, thank you for saving me, brave adventurers. My name is Hardon, a sellsword of a nearby town. Wait, is that your friend? He's pointing to Meepo.
And what's your character's name, Brandon?
Hardon.
Hardon?
Hardon. No, Hardrom. I didn't see the R there. Hardrom.
Harthrom?
Hold on, let me spell it, please.
Yep. Okay. Hardrum.
Okay, Hardron.
No.
You're very intimidating because I did my.
I mean, that's
A goblin.
that's a random name generator at its finest there, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Hardron. I was just updating your character token and whatnot.
Did I get hurt or anything?
Meepo did not get hurt.
Maybe I should do the 1,000 degree burning hot knife through goblin challenge.
Hardom asked Rhogar if that kobold is your friend.
Yes. It's my good friend.
You seem injured. Let me see to him. I go to Meepo and use my medicine skill.
Okay.
What's that?
10.
I just know.
In this bones road, it's in the wall.
You stabilize him. So Meepo is at 1 hit point.
Oh, God.
And Meepo, you start to wake up and you see that there is a human who is above you, and he has been tying like some bandages around your cuts and putting some sort of like lotion on you that at least it feels better.
Oh.
What do you guys want to do? You're not in like combat right now.
Okay, well, I want to see if that door right there is unlocked because that looks like the door where the dragon would be in.
Are you going to tell Hardon anything? Hardrum anything?
Papa.
Maybe about
Papa, when is
Okay, I should set a hard drum. Come here. We need to find Red Dragon
Papa,
named, and what's his name again? Like
Caltrix.
Okay.
Papa,
Can
Just
I move?
hold on, you guys. One person can speak at a time. I cannot understand it when 3 people are talking to me and asking me questions at the exact same time.
So I say to him, come with us. You can help us find a white dragon named Caltrox.
do I have any information that would help them, Noah?
You are not familiar with this at all, other than a few days ago, like not long after you were captured, meaning like within hours, the goblins were really excited about something, and you did hear them, at least you think you did, talk about dragons a little bit.
Well, when they captured me, they seemed very excited about something. They keep mentioning stuff about apples and dragons. But you're going to have to ask them yourself. Speaking of which, I turned to the goblin next to me. Now, where are you keeping my stuff?
Okay. I'll yell. Does any you goblins know where there might be a white dragon named Caltrox?
That's his phone. Oh my goodness, his phone's in his backpack.
Oh, that's an iPad. Okay, did you guys hear all that?
That he was talking that he said that the goblins mentioned apples and dragons and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to yell to the goblins. Does any of you know here a white dragon named Caltrox?
The goblins are sort of like looking around at each other, trying to figure out what's going on. You do have the goblin that has surrendered, and he's a warrior goblin. And he does have a little bit of information.
Well, that's good.
What is it?
Okay, hold on a second. My mom's texting.
How did that guy die? Remember Glob, the guy that's right next to me that died right here? He shot an arrow. He was gonna shoot an arrow at Mardrunk. But instead he shot an arrow right through his neck.
I'll save you.
Oh no!
Dad.
Oh no! All over the guy.
Okay, sorry. I just have to check on what information that he has with him.
How long have we been playing for?
Like an hour.
But that's how much time that we. It's 12 cold.
Yeah, and I want to play video games right now.
Yeah, but we're finishing D&D. I like D&D more than video games.
Bye-bye, we're done soon. Thank you for playing. Bye-bye, we're done
Well,
soon.
if I play video games too long, I get nauseous.
Okay, so Meepo is taken off.
He gets deleted. Oh. I was kidding.
Let's see. So I'm just looking to see what information this goblin has.
Yeah. Also, I would like to ask the goblin where's my stuff at. So you guys having fun with D&D yet?
What?
Are you having fun with D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all really like to play D&D. A lot.
Yeah.
It's funner than video games, definitely.
No, I'm looking for Pathfinder. Well, Starfinder. It's pretty cool.
It's funner than video games. Definitely.
You basically know the planet that the Pathfinder story is based on.
Couldn't hear any. Yeah, we couldn't hear. It was
It's
like
just
the
like
microphone is
so
all glitchy.
glitchy.
The microphone.
Yeah, hold on.
It's like echoey, glitchy.
Is this better?
A little bit. Yeah.
Is this better?
Yeah, they're saying it is.
All right, how much better? Like a lot little. How's this? Is this better?
Oh wow,
Definitely.
that's
Yeah,
a,
wow,
that's
that's
100%
good.
better, Brandon.
Yeah. Hangouts is a bit tricky. Yeah, I would also like to ask the goblin where's my stuff at.
Wow, this is whatever you did. That's what you should do in our normal sessions because you're crystal clear now.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Also, I've been looking through Starfinder, and you know the story of Starfinder, right? Or like the basic setup.
Nope,
No.
not familiar with it at all.
Or you know the planet on that the standard Pathfinder story's on.
No.
Not really.
Yeah. Basically, that disappeared, and in its place was a space station. But between it disappearing into the there was just like gap of like memory loss, and no one really knows what happened. Um, also also there's this new god who gave civilizations who are advanced enough or ready for it uh faster than light travel through an engine called the drift drive. Really cool. There's some changes, so it's not like a complete one-to-one for Pathfinder, but it's pretty similar.
Okay, I think I have a pretty good feel for where things are at now. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? And you can move your characters around a little bit if you'd like to. The goblins that are down in the trash heap, they're staying hidden, and they only move occasionally to try and like to find a better place to hide or to put like rubbish on top of themselves to kind of camouflage themselves. But if you want, like, you can drag this goblin out to the middle of the room, or you can kind of position yourselves as you see fit.
Now, okay, now I want to yell. Okay. Then now.
And Meepo's just laying on the ground. He's pretty badly injured.
Now, did they give me any information?
No, I had to read to find out what information he had. So you can ask him questions and things like that if you'd like.
Okay. Well, I also want to yell. Yes. How about we have a little agreement? You stop stop messing with the kobolds, and you won't end up like your little friend over here. And I point to Glop Glop. Why did you kill Glop Glop? To intimidate them. Also because he was running away.
I'm not leader of tribe. I have no say in where tribe raids.
Well, who's the leader of your tribe?
The leader of my tribe, that everything changed not long ago. Leader of Durbalurk tribe is Dern. Dern's our leader. He big hobgoblin.
Now is there any door where Dern is? Where would Dern be? Point.
You see him lift up his frail, dirty, filthy little goblin hand, and he points over towards this door.
Oh, now do you have any possible reason? Do you have any possible reason to know where the white dragon Caltrix is?
Tribe's dragon. It's back that way.
And he points towards this door.
Okay.
So let's go to him first and just get it out.
Okay. Now,
because there's gonna be lots of goblins.
now, can you point us to the exact door where it is?
Not Not from where we are now. I can't see the door.
Okay, what about if we take you to there?
Yeah, I'll show you where the Calcrix is if you let me go.
Yes, godly.
I show you. It's not far from here.
So are you guys just gonna like let him walk and you follow him, or what are you gonna do?
No, what I want to do is like get my dagger and sort of like, like push him along with it, but like not to hurt him, just like to like
Prod him forward.
Yeah.
Okay. He begins walking this way, and he goes through the door into the long hallway that is very dimly lit. And once he gets almost to the end of the hall, he stops and he says,
This room is our storeroom. We keep food there. This room, he points at this door, this room where Calcrick's at. Calcrick's dragon, mean dragon.
Thank you. Yeah, you haven't. You will be let go, and then I will let him go.
okay.
But yeah, only on one condition. You don't tell your leader about any of this.
I hide in this room. I eat food. They ask, I say you took.
And then he goes into the storeroom.
Okay. So let's go through the door. The match. Wait, first I want to check if the door has any.
Hello?
Yep. Yeah. Can you hear us, Brandon?
Yeah, like, I was talking, but I don't know what happened. I don't know why my microphone cut through. Like, I was telling guys, I want to ask the goblin something first.
Oh, okay. The goblin, the door here is open. And the goblin, you can see he's just in there grabbing like some food and stuff. You're free to ask him questions.
Yeah, ask him, where you guys put my stuff at?
It's in room next to where you were sitting. That's where other goblin warriors are.
Oh gosh.
I don't know where the rest of them are. Maybe they're still in their barracks.
I turned to Finn and Robert. If you guys could help me get my stuff back, I have an important letter to deliver.
Okay. Now, where's the door?
Which one?
You just said that there was like
to Calcrix. It's directly north of Finnan.
But I like where his stuff is at.
Oh, the other goblin. Thrickpick said that it was back over where Hargrim had been on the ground.
Oh.
His stuff is in the room next to there, but it's in a room full of goblins.
Maybe if we get Caltrix, and then we can just like. Actually, we probably want to wake up Meepo first. So then Meepo, because Meepo knows Caltrix.
Well, the goblins have my armor and my weapons. If we get them, I'll be able to be better fight in case this dragon attacks.
Come on. Okay, so come on. Let's go back to where it is. And now I think I have the perfect spell for it. If I use Disguise Self, unless that's a spell that requires rest. Okay. So, can I give him a health potion? Okay, I need to rest for Disguise Self.
So you guys would find some place to rest.
Okay.
And it has to be someplace safe, because if you get interrupted, then you're not going to be able to continue to rest.
Can you type down the goblin leader's name?
Starts with a G.
Yeah. Durm?
Durn is the chief of the Verbaluk tribe.
It doesn't sound not at all. Doesn't even have a G.
Okay, so you guys come back in here, and as soon as you walk back in the room, you see all of the common goblins duck back down into the pile. Like they kind of had popped up almost like ground squirrels looking up out of the trash, and then when you guys come back in, they hide.
Can I say you're safe? We won't hurt you. Just we won't hurt you if you don't hurt us.
You see them just cower in fear in the trash pile.
So
Hold on.
won't do anything to us.
Yeah.
We'll just hide. Okay then. Well, come on, let's go through the door. Go through the magic.
Well, are you going to disguise ourselves, or?
Well, I need to rest to disguise myself, but we can't find a safe place to rest.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna have to barge in there. Dun, dun. Come on, let's go. Okay.
Okay, so now you guys are coming over to here. This is the door that the goblin had indicated.
Let's go through the door.
Okay, hold on a second.
Well, 87. So now I'm like the door, the magical door. Bye bye. Well, my back hurts from yesterday when we went through the trampoline park.
Yeah, I'm super sore from yesterday.
Yeah,
You
yesterday, like, I didn't get any rest. Still
I
enjoyable.
loved
That was
the
worth it.
trampoline park. That was so fun.
Yeah, yesterday was my birthday, so.
All right, so you check the door here. Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, the door right here. I wanted to check the door right there for any traps, and then you go through it.
Okay, so go ahead and do like either an investigate check.
And don't I have advantage on investigate check because of my character?
I'm gonna
choice or
get another
something?
cup of water.
I don't know why you would have advantage on that, Ethan. I don't recall you having any skills or abilities to do that.
Maybe you're thinking of your expertise, which gives you double your proficiency bonus. I mean, you could either go with investigation or perception, whichever highest for you guys. Or you could just have Hardon kick the door down.
Can I use perception?
You can use perception, yes.
Okay, public roll and normal roll.
Okay, so you don't see any signs of traps, and the door does not appear to be locked. You do hear the sound of at least 3 goblins, perhaps, on the other side of the door, talking, but you can't understand what they're saying.
Okay. So now that I've done that, maybe I want to bring Glob Glob with me to intimidate them. Yeah, I think I might bring Glob Glob. Now, is there any way to, like, carry Glob Glob?
Glob Glob, the dead goblin?
Yeah, to intimidate.
You can pick up the dead goblin if you wish.
Yeah, I want to pick him up and then bring him through the door to intimidate them.
And I'll be behind him and like look tough.
Okay, let's do this. We're bringing Glob Glob with us to intimidate all of the other warrior goblins.
Okay,
We're gonna see him chop.
Where do we go?
Okay, so you just want to open the door then?
Yeah, I want to kick open the door and throw glob glob in front of them and yell, "This is what listen up. Listen up. Tell it give hardcore back
Yeah, I can hear you, Brandon.
his stuff
Okay.
or
Okay.
die."
Okay, so you kick open the door, you throw the dead goblin corpse onto the ground, and you make those claims, and the three goblins are like really surprised by this action, and they're scrambling about, fumbling for their weapons.
All right.
I'll give you one more chance.
I'm just going to roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm taking everybody off initiative. All right, so roll initiative.
Okay, let's roll. So, okay, well, let's roll initiative.
This is the clearest you hear to me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, 17, nice.
Well, this is the clearest you ever heard me, though, right?
It's super clear, yes.
Super make it clear.
Super clear. All right, I'll get that in mind for next time.
Finnan, I need some initiative from you also.
How do you roll?
You click on your guy, and then you click on your character sheet, and there's a thing that says
On
initiative.
my die.
Now click on your character sheet.
Can you hand me the food?
I'm in my character.
Oh, initiative.
Potato
I see.
wedges.
I forgot initiative.
Is there more food?
Yep,
Initiative.
I rolled initiative.
What is my initiative? Oh, water.
Oh, there's some Hawaiian rolls too if you guys want some.
Oh, okay.
What are those? Can I try?
Yeah, they're just bread rolls.
Oh, yeah, I like those.
I rolled a 17 on my initiative. I rolled 17 too. What?
Here you go.
But I rolled it first. So who
Finnan.
goes first?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
17.
So we've got all that stuff. Now I do this descending. This goblin is first.
Hey,
This
yeah, I'm
goblin.
not sure.
Uh-huh.
I'm saying I'm not sure I can use that option because for some reason, yeah, it sounds clear at first, but then for some reason it doesn't work after a little bit. For some reason.
Oh, it drops off.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
That sucks because yeah, you are like crystal clear right now.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, this is a different setting. I don't know if this one will turn off or not.
Oh, I don't know, but it's crystal clear.
All right.
Okay, so this goblin back here on the mat, you see him reaching for his bow and arrow, and you hear him like, "Oh, glob glob, no!" I actually didn't know him that well. And he backs up and he fires his arrow at Rhogar. And he misses, and his arrow bounces harmlessly off of the wall. It's Finnan's turn.
And then it's my turn.
Rhogar, when you get your turn, you should probably cast Mage Armor, so you have a good AC.
What did you say? Cast mage armor. I don't think you have mage armor.
I don't think I do.
Oh, well, you should get Mage Armor. It gives you a good AC, and and it seems like you're like fighting up close.
Okay. I'm gonna kill these noobs.
Can I pull out my scimitar?
Yep.
Now a hobgoblin, Papa, is that like that goblin from like Lord of the Rings?
13.
Those are orcs. Hobgoblins are bigger than
No,
goblins.
I mean, you know when they went down into that layer and then there were all those goblins and then there was that big king dude.
I think you're thinking of a troll. Trolls are like huge.
Papa,
Hobgoblins are just like really big goblins. They're about the size of a human.
Oh. But yeah, he was that big fat
Okay, so Finnan, where even is Finnan?
down at the way bottom.
Oh, I'm on top of him, I think. Yeah, I was just on top.
Okay, so Finnan, you're stepping into the room and attacking?
Mm-hmm.
In which goblin do you attack?
Okay, hold on. The turn order keeps getting in the way.
You can move it.
This one. This one.
Okay, you stride into the room. Finnan does. He swings with his scimitar, but this goblin is able to fend off the attack with his shield. He also has a scimitar. Rhogar, it's your turn.
Okay. Now, I want to attack this goblin right here.
Okay, hold on. You just walked through another goblin.
That was Glob Glob.
No, Glob Glob is on the ground dead. There were 3 goblin warriors in this room. You should be able to see all 3 of them, as well as the dead Glob Glob.
Yeah, I see all 3 of them. But this guy, he walks through that guy. Okay, that was an accident. So
we
you
can
gotta
just
walk
move
back.
you to here.
Because I wanted to move that, and then right there. I wanted to move there, there. There.
Okay, so
Right
the way that Dungeons and Dragons works is that each person, they threaten an area around them, meaning like they have the ability to attack that area. And it's basically all of the squares around you are where you can attack. So this goblin down here, darn it.
So I should attack this guy?
So
This guy?
this is an example.
Okay.
This one goblin can attack all of that space. So if you enter into that space and you continue to move, he will get to attack you for free. It's called an attack of opportunity.
So.
And then when you move into this one space and you try and move beyond, he would also get an attack of opportunity.
So.
So
can I? So can I attack from? Can I attack this goblin from here?
So you can stand in the same square as the dead goblin, or you could stand in the square that you're in, or the square right next to Finnan.
Okay, so hold on, something weird happened. It's like it went into pan view and I didn't even turn on pan view.
Noah, moving through an enemy's attack threatening range, what happened is they only get the attack of opportunity if you leave the threatening range. You could like just run around a goblin, and you won't be able to get attack opportunity until you leave. But if you did go through the path he said he would, the attack goblin would be able to attack him though.
Yep.
So if I move, so I should just. So I'll just stay here and attack them. And then the goblin, when I get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, what is your question?
So if I stayed right where I am right now, the goblin wouldn't get an attack.
Correct.
Okay, so I should just attack them.
Yeah, because I mean, if you wanted, even you could take. Let's see. You could go this way and this way, and you would be fine. But it's when you came this way and then went down that it triggers an attack of opportunity from the goblin who was up there.
Okay. Hey, why was the 2 pings? I think it's because of Brandon. So, okay, I'll do my short sword +1. Normal roll, right?
Yep.
8.
Okay, so you walk into the room, you attack that goblin with your short sword. He's also able to defend it with his small shield and fend you back. It's now Hardrum's turn.
I walk into here, then I turn to Rhogar and says, try attacking like this. And I spend one of my superiority dice to let him use his reaction to attack again, and add my superiority dice to his damage. So
Okay.
Rhogar just telling just give me some tips.
All right, so you wade in and you attack.
No, I'm giving him my attack so Rugbeer can attack.
Okay, you walk into the room and now somebody else can attack.
Well, it's my commander's strike. I can give up my action. I can. Okay. When you take an attack action on your turn, you can forgo one of your attacks and use a bonus action to direct one of your companions to strike. Doing so, the friendly creature who can see or hear you expends one superiority dice, and the creature makes use of its reaction to make one weapon attack, adding superiority dice to the weapon's damage roll.
Okay, so is it Finnan or Rhogar?
Rhogar.
Okay, so Rhogar, you get to make an attack against the goblin. And the superiority dice are die 6.
Die 8, and that adds to the damage.
Okay, not to hit, but to damage.
Damage, yes.
Okay,
Okay, so
so roll an attack against the goblin.
have a roll advantage.
Not advantage. Well, actually, hold on, wait. Now you would have advantage because you're a thief and Hardrum's there.
Okay.
But that, well, you already rolled it twice, so you're good. The 16 hits. So click the word short sword +1.
Yeah. Have a roll. Okay.
Yep.
7. Oh.
Okay.
Plus 8 damage.
Yep. So
Oh wow, that's like 15 damage.
Hardrum comes in, and while he's doing it, he's giving you tips, and he's helping to distract this goblin. And then Hardrum yells out to you, "Now, strike!" And you swing with your sword. When you do so, with the timing that Hardrum had suggested, you decapitate the goblin. Decapitate means you cut his head right off.
His head clean off.
And the goblin dies.
Can I grab his head in midair and say, "This is what will happen to you if you don't stop fighting right now"? You dumbass.
Roll a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Because if not, you'll say you as well. So I don't want to do that.
Okay. Dexterity check.
Unless if you want it, you'll get a boa.
So I don't think goblins have a boa. Advantage normal roll.
Normal.
Persuade.
All right. So you chop his head, and then very quickly you reach out and you grab the goblin's head in midair, while the goblin's body slumps to the ground lifeless. When you yell out at the other 2 goblins, they back up and they immediately throw their weapons to the ground and surrender.
And then they run away.
Alright. I look for my stuff around the room.
You find a sack in the corner that contains all of your weapons, armor, and any other items
Now
you have,
can I put the goblin head in my sack?
if you want to.
That will...
Why do you want to keep the goblin's head?
So then I can intimidate all the other goblins.
And then they'll run away in scaredness.
I put on the armor.
Also,
Yeah.
probably good to use for spells. I can sell it.
Okay, what do you guys want to do? The goblins have surrendered.
So, okay.
Let's go and get the white dragon.
Let's go.
But first we gotta heal Meepo.
Why is it?
Oh, my stomach kind of hurts.
Oh, Papa, can I give Meepo another healing potion?
Yep.
Because. So now all you do is press shift. Right? Okay. So boom. I gave him a healing potion. 7.
All right, you heal Meepo.
You? Oh wow. Meepo is fine.
Okay, guys. You have killed all of the primary combatants in the area. You're not currently in danger. You have healed Meepo back up to full health, and as such, and since I kind of need to use the bathroom, I think we're gonna have to call it for now.
Okay, well it's nice been playing, and
Playing with you guys.
that's kind of cool that Brandon could join too.
Yeah, thanks for joining,
Bye.
Brandon. I think that helps them quite a bit as well.
Bye.
How so?
Well, just because you're more familiar with the game and whatnot, and it helps them get a little more familiar too.
Yeah, feel free to use my character as a me shield, because I basically built him to be sort of tanky and meat shieldy. Because the dude has a 17 armor class and 32 hit points as of right now, so you know.
Okay. Yeah, and if we're running a session, if you'd like, I can hit you up to see if you're available. You're welcome to join whenever we're playing. If you'd like to, it's up to you.
I mean, really, my schedule's kind of busy, so I would only be able to like join if the Jewel of Galfar story is being pulled up for whatever reason.
Okay, that'll be maybe our plan then. Is as long as my schedule permits as well. When we can't do Jewel of Galfar, I'll run this session with my sons, and we'll probably run 1 or 2 other sessions each week.
Yeah.
If you continue to play.
Yeah.
All right,
And
man. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Brandon, and I hope you have a wonderful day, man.
Yep.
yeah, feel free to hit me up whenever if you want to talk Starfinder.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks
All
for
right.
joining.